Roger Stone here for Colonial Metals Group. Colonial Metals Group helps Americans protect their future with the most trusted store of wealth in human history. That's actual physical gold and silver. If you're retiring or you're retired, go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/stone right now for your free Roger Stone Colonial Metals Group Retirement Protection Kit. Or call 800-747-6589. That's 800-747-6589. Call now to receive your free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver.
This is More Money with economist Steve Moore. Now, Steve Moore.
Welcome back, folks. This is the More Money Show on WABC Talk Radio. Thanks so much for joining us on Saturday afternoon. I wanted to do a quick drop by with my good friend John McLaughlin, who's one of the top pollsters in the country. He polls for Donald Trump and has got his finger on the pulse of what's happening politically more than just about anybody I know. So, John, thanks again for coming on for a quick interview. Give me a sense. We talked a couple of weeks ago. I saw that Donald Trump just gave a fantastic speech at the New York Economic Club on Friday, really outlining his economic plan. How do you think that went, and how do you think things are going for the campaign?
I think the campaign is going well because, as you know, Kamala Harris got a lot of great press from the media from the time that Joe Biden became picture. I mean, but it's been quantified. I mean, our friend Brent Bozell at the Media Research Center, they did a study, and since July 21st, it's 84% positive for Kamala Harris out of the mainstream media and the big networks, and 89% negative against Donald Trump.
Now, does that measurement of the media include Fox News?
Yes.
And even with Fox News, which has been pretty good for Trump, even with that, taking that into account, it's still 84% against Trump.
Right. It's balanced. And you know, but Fox is balanced, but the ABC, NBC, CBS.
Yeah, right. Everything
CNN,
else.
MSNBC. Yeah. So, and the amazing part is we found when we did a survey for Brent Bozell, 70% or more of Democratic voters and independents who voted for Biden in 2020, a survey of 1,200 voters, 70% or more don't know where she stands on the issues. 71% don't know she's for defunding the police. 74% don't know that she doesn't want to call illegal immigrants illegals and doesn't want it to be a crime. And 75% don't know that she was the most liberal senator in the U.S. Senate. 81% don't know if she wants to eliminate private health insurance. So all they've been getting is vibes.
Right.
But now Donald Trump's back in control, and what you're seeing is he's setting the agenda for the race.
Yeah,
and
he sure is.
And they're holding her accountable for her price control plan, which will call for shortages for those of us who remember gas lines and meat shortages. And
I remember.
And the tax increases she wants, where voters don't know that she wants to let the Trump tax cuts lapse. And then have the largest tax increase in the history of the United States. Yeah.
So, John, these are all good points. I'm amazed that people, that still to this day, a lot of people aren't aware of those positions. But I don't know what her positions are, John. I mean, seriously, every other day she's saying something different. I mean, now she's for building the wall. I mean, come on. Here's a woman who said it's the worst idea ever. It's un-American. It'll never work. It's stupid. I mean, these are all direct quotes. Now she's saying she's for build the wall. She said she's against fracking. Now she's for it. She said she was against for the Green New Deal. Now she's for it. I mean, almost every issue. I'm going to cut the increase the capital gains tax. Oh no, I'm not going to increase the capital. Come on, how do people keep track of what her position is? And don't you think that's a liability? Because at least with Trump, and I don't always agree with Donald Trump. I love the guy. I think he's been a great president, but I have my disagreements with him. But at least where he stands. I don't have any idea where she is.
Well, when you look at the polls, you'll get an idea what their strategy is, because they know there's just 2 months to go, and they're trying to run out the clock before people find out.
Right.
And you've got, when you look at the Real Clear Politics averages of polls, or you look at the recent Trafalgar Insider polls, and you're seeing that it's a dead heat. North Carolina, Trump's up 1. Pennsylvania, they're tied. Wisconsin, she's ahead by a point. Michigan, she's ahead by a point. Georgia, Trump's a little ahead in Arizona. He's a little ahead in Nevada.
But I want to get back to this issue, though, of like authenticity, because it seems to me one thing that people hate about politicians is when they, stick their finger in the air and whatever the position is of the day, they announce that. And, she talks about my values haven't changed. I don't think Americans even know what her values are.
No. Well, they do. When they find out, it makes sense. She is Joe Biden's vice president. And
right.
And six out of 10 Americans will tell you she shares the blame for the last 4 years. Mm-hmm. And, whether it's, and you're going to see videos from the Trump campaign, whether it's at his rallies or paid media, where she says Bidenomics is working, where she says she was the last person in the room when they surrendered Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. When she talks about,
she was the tie-breaking vote on 2 of the massive spending bills.
Yes, and that triggered inflation. She's responsible for this inflation, and that's what the voters need to hear, and that's why we're looking forward to the debate this Tuesday, because President Trump can, ask her to explain why she enabled Joe Biden, why was she part and parcel of, as Joe Biden's vice president, of all these failed policies, and does she really deserve another 4 years after the last 4 years? I mean, we're not better off today than before, she became vice president. Why do we want to elevate her to president? Why give her another chance? So
John, on the way out, and you've been really kind to take some time. I know how busy you are with doing the polling and working with Donald Trump on these things. You and I had a discussion off the air a couple of days ago. I had the idea of, and I want your honest opinion of it, because I'm not always right. I'm mostly right, but not always right. But I was suggesting that Trump should bring in Nikki Haley in some very high level position, maybe like announce that she's going to be the Secretary of State, because I've seen Nikki Haley, and I'm not a huge fan of Nikki Haley. I'm not against her. I'm not for her. I like some of the things she says, but I think she's excellent, John, in taking down Kamala in a way that a woman can take her down in a way better than men can. And so what do you think? I mean, do you think she'd help? And I want your honest opinion.
Well, it's up to Nikki Haley if she wants to help, because she came to the convention. She said she's voting for Trump. Right. And now it's a matter of her doing what other people, whether they're Democrats like Robert Kennedy or Tulsi Gabbard or Ron DeSantis, they're out there raising money for Donald Trump and campaigning with him. And if she wants to, with her credibility and with her stature, if she wants to join and do that, then you earn your way on the team, but we have to win.
Good point.
And I don't look. I'm one of those people who I look at the polls, but you don't cut the pie until it's cooked, and this pie will not be cooked until November 5th. So we've got to really work hard, because early voting starts in November.
It's unbelievable.
In most of the battleground states. Yeah. So get in line, get absentees out, and let's go win this.
Yeah. Well, John McLaughlin, you're one of the smartest political minds there is out there, and Donald Trump is lucky to have you as an advisor with Kellyanne and other great political minds. So I appreciate you doing the show, and come on in a few weeks and let's get an update from you. That's John McLaughlin, folks, a great pollster. We'll be right back. This is WABC Talk Radio.
People are driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. The hiring process can be slow and overwhelming. Simplify hiring with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform. With over 350 million global monthly visitors according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. That's Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Terms and conditions apply.